Welcome. Today I wanted to talk about different ways that you can manifest, some different methods. You and your brain working together are creating your reality. I want to help saturate your mind, break the habitual patterns, been presented to you in an honest way. What you believe to be true is true. Someone hands you a sugar pill and says, this will cure your acne. It cures your acne. When it comes to manifestation, honesty is a big thing because you're going to have to be honest with yourself and you're going to have to be honest about what you want. You're going to have to be honest about what is possibly blocking you because, spoiler alert, it's you. I think a lot of people want to change others or change situations. The least thing they want to do is change themselves. And that is the key. Boom, bam, simple. Okay, let's move on. Whether it's something with water, with paper, with writing, talking to yourself, no matter what it is, the most important thing is that it makes you feel powerful. It makes you feel in control. It introduces new ideas. It's saturating your mind, and it starts to make subtle shifts. We're all different. And that is absolutely amazing and wonderful. We're not meant to be exactly the same, and we're not meant to be exactly the same our entire lives. You are meant to grow, to change, to evolve. So I tried to think about something that would interest me that I wish someone would make a video on. And that would be mirrors and the mirror method. And all the different ways that you can use mirrors in order to saturate your mind, break up old patterns, and introduce new ideas. Using the mirror with affirmations, there is mirror gazing, there is mirror meditation, there is mirror scrying, there's anoptromancy, psychomantium. There are so many ways to use a mirror to start to shape your reality. And I wanted to introduce some. Some of those that I just mentioned are what I consider basically the same thing. So again, it doesn't matter what you call something. What matters is you, your intent, and your belief in yourself. I'm going to introduce them in different levels, but the different levels don't really mean anything. One's not more difficult than the other. One's not going to get you closer or faster or stronger or is more powerful. Again, that's you. That's you. You're the powerful one, not the method. I'm trying to introduce something that sounds somewhat entertaining and fun to you so that you'll want to do it maybe more than once. I want you to start getting the life you want. And if that is with using mirrors, I think that's really cool because mirrors are fascinating. So when I say level 1, that's just going to be the most hands-off as far as diving into mirrors' mystical properties. It's just going to be you looking at yourself, giving some affirmations. And I'm going to give some different variations on that, of course. Then I'm going to move it into level 2, which starts to go inward. Some shadow work is maybe going to come into play. That's going to be used to start reframing to, yet again, shape your reality. Level 3 is going to be for those that like the woo-woo. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not necessary. So if you're not into the witchy woo-woo, don't waste your time on it. I'm introducing ideas. And that's why I felt like the mirror was such a good place to start with a method. Because we're literally working with reflections and trying to wrap our mind around the idea that what is reflected to us in life is what's within us. The way people treat you is a reflection about how you feel about yourself. The job you have, the amount of money you have, your friends, your family, how they see you, your thoughts, your feelings, your assumptions, the stories, the statements you reiterate. The way that your life unfolds is simply a reflection of what is unfolding inside you. It's all you. It's you, it's you, it's you. It's all about you. Let me set the stage. Ancient times, this mystical artifact that has been discovered. It is the mirror of all creation. And people come from far and wide to gaze in this mirror. They do this because the mirror will show you who you truly are. And people get very excited. They want to look into this magical mirror. They want to see if they are truly a warrior, if they're truly a mystic, if they're truly, I don't know, what other jobs you had in ancient times. A scholar, a philosopher. If you're a king, a queen, a princess, a pharaoh, a witch. I don't know. It's different for everyone. But the thing is, the mirror can only show you what you truly are. So when all these people would look in the mirror, it would only show them literally who they are. There is a young man who hears about this mirror and hears that it's showing people who they truly are. So he travels from far. He knows as soon as he gets there, he knows it's going to show that he's a king. He wants to be a king. He wants to have money. He wants to have power. He wants to have influence. He comes to the mirror and he's just so ready for it. So ready for it. It is going to show him that he is a king. He closes his eyes. He stands in front of the mirror and he opens them. And his heart sinks. He has come so far. He has worked so hard to be here. And the mirror is just showing him that he is the same commoner that he's always been. And he starts to think about it. He starts to think, all right, this is the mirror of creation. Okay, apparently it doesn't show you the future. It shows you who you truly are. And the wheels start clicking for him. That the mirror shows you who you are. He wants the mirror to reflect that he is a king. The mirror cannot reflect that until he actually is. So he starts to adjust his stance, starts to adjust his thoughts. And as he's doing so, he watches the mirror start to morph, start to shift. And he's fascinated, so excited. He's a king. And this fable, which presents the idea, your outer world, which reflects your inner world, can literally only show you what you are inside. So you can want to be rich. You can want to be in love. You can want to have that great job. You can want to have this and that and this and that. But it can only reflect what you are. So if all you are is lonely Susan who gets a meal for one on Thursdays and watches reality TV that night, and that's the highlight of her week, that's all it's going to show you. But Susan that does that, I'm going to guess maybe she wants friends, maybe she wants a more exciting life, maybe she wants deep, passionate love. She can never see those things reflected in life until she is those things. If you're looking at a mirror and you want your reflection to smile, you cannot force it. You can't look at that reflection and be like, smile, you fucker. It's not going to do it. It's literally just going to be angry like you are. When you smile, the mirror smiles. And that is to help illustrate that to bring about what you want in your reality, you have to first create it within. If you want a different reflection, you've got to change what's being reflected. Does it make sense? It's about making subtle shifts. You don't have to change completely overnight. You will start to see life shift, and it will make you want to change even more. I'm not going to push you. You're going to end up pushing yourself. I want you to understand that if you don't like what the mirror is showing you, if you don't like what is being reflected in your reality, you have to change. The change is within you. You don't change anyone else. You don't change anything else. It's all within you. Things you can do to help: surround yourself with the right energy. They have studied it. You become like those you are around. So if you hang out with ambitious people or positive people, or you hang out with people that believe in themselves, you are more apt to do that. If you hang out with people who are nothing but sad and depressed and they don't want to change that, the world has the problem, not them, you will start to become more like that. Be mindful of what you consume. You are actually taking in information all day long. Try to focus yourself around your topic, but you still want to actually enjoy the things that you are consuming media-wise. All right, level 1 is the easiest. It's probably going to seem silly. It's actually just going to seem too easy. You're going to say your affirmations in the mirror. You're going to get done and you're going to go, that was a waste of time. I don't know why I did that. But trust me, just give it a little bit of time, because I know when I have done this, later that day, I've been like, oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that synchronization. Look at that thing that just popped out of nowhere. Look at that thing I know I must have noticed every single day, but I never saw it till today. Before bed, you are going to settle in on your desire. You know what it is. You know what it is you desire. You're going to craft an affirmation for that. And then you're going to craft a shift statement. With things you're trying to manifest is there's going to be, because otherwise you would just have it already, there's going to be a thought that is deeply implanted in you that contradicts it. So say what you want is a new car. So you've decided, well, my affirmation is just going to be me saying, I got the car. Then you're going to have to think, okay, what is it in me that could be blocking me from getting the new car? Don't go into, well, it's because I actually need a better job. Don't go into the who, how, why of those silly little mechanics. That is actually the universe's job, or God's job, your higher self's job, the collective unconscious's job. Your job is to nail down what you want and what exactly within you that is blocking that. It's something inside you that you're going to have to shift, that you're going to have to change. A way to start to think about what could be blocking you is to think about your desire. Okay, so we've settled on we're getting a new car. Now think about that. Now think about telling somebody that's important to you, or somebody that raised you, somebody whose opinion, whether you like that or not, matters. That could be a parent, a grandparent, a brother, a sister, your friends. Think about how they would respond to you telling them about your desire. So say you tell your best friend your affirmation that you're planning to use. I just got a new car. What do you imagine they would say? If it's all positive, fuck yeah. So let's move on. All right, let's imagine you're telling your mom, I just got the new car. And they respond with something very negative, or what you assume would be something negative. So listen to what it is you think that they would rebuttal. So your shift statement could be something like, everything I desire is within reach. My success shocks those who doubted me. I always prove them wrong. The universe provides me with more than enough. I create my reality. My car is already mine. I always find a way And this is no exception. What they believe has nothing to do with my truth. My desires are inevitable. I defy limits and exceed expectations. I am always supported in getting exactly what I want. So something like, I got the new car. What they believe has nothing to do with me. Yeah. I got the new car. What they believe has nothing to do with me. I got the new car. What they believe has nothing to do with me. So those are some examples. The affirmation and then the shift statement you're going to be thinking of the night before. You could maybe even put them on a post-it note on your mirror in the morning. And if you live with other people and that makes you feel self-conscious, you could leave a note that says something totally different, but you know what it's supposed to remind you of. You know that it's telling you to do, we're going to do 5 minutes. We're going to do 5 minutes. You know that's what's happening. And you can say this in your mind if you live with other people. So you're going to wake up 5 minutes early. Yes, I know. You're going to be very groggy. You're going to be very sleepy. And that's going to benefit you. It's going to be a good thing. You want to be in that state. This is the theta state, okay? This is the state when things so easily just slide back into that subconscious and so easily start to become a belief, an assumption, something that you believe to be true about yourself, okay? Starts to become part of your story, which then ultimately shapes your reality. So you're super groggy. You flick the light on. You see your post-it note. You're like, God damn it. So you are either going to set a 5-minute timer or you are going to have a 5-minute playlist that's going to go. And these can be any type of songs you want. They can be happy. They can just be white noise, whatever you want. I would suggest it be more modern music rather than singing bowls or something like that, because you don't want to go into a meditative state for this. You're going to be waking up over this 5 minutes and you're not going to want to slip. This isn't meditation. This is just affirmations in a mirror. If you need to put in a Bluetooth to hear the music, you set that. You look in the mirror and you just start to say it. I got the new car. What they believe has nothing to do with me. I got the new car. What they believe has nothing to do with me. Give it some different emotions, put some different inflections on things, but you're going to repeat this for 5 minutes. And it's going to seem silly. It's going to seem really silly. Oh well, keep doing it. Say what you're trying to manifest is true love, but say you grew up with people telling you, I don't know, that you didn't have the right body type or your face wasn't right or blah, blah, blah. Something about how you looked. You could have attached to love this conditional statement that love is based on how you look. So unless you look like this, you don't deserve love. You're not going to find love. You're not going to get love. So your statement could be something like, I am deeply loved, or I have just met the love of my life. And your shift statement after that could then be something like, I deserve love exactly as I am, or I am cherished just as I am today. I just found the love of my life and they cherish me just as I am today. There's a full thing, okay? So that's a thing you're maybe wanting to manifest and a feeling. You want to be loved. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with wanting a car or things or anything. Pretty much anything you can desire. Somebody will try to make you feel bad for years for you wanting that. And you desire what you desire. Oh well, I suggest is out and about through the day, whenever you see yourself, you reiterate that affirmation, your desire, and your shift statement. So I was thinking you can get a reflective phone case. You could make yourself, before you're allowed to get on Instagram or wherever, you have to look at yourself and say your affirmation to yourself. And then you can go doom scroll. Or they have little keychains with mirrors on them. There's so many little ways. You can get necklaces that have little mirrors on them. Ways that you can incorporate a mirror into your world and people not really realize what you're doing. When I see my reflection, I say this. When I see myself, I say this. When I see myself, I believe this. When I see myself, I automatically think this. We're breaking that habitual pattern so that we can reshape our lives into exactly what we want it to be. A couple more things you can try to make it fun. You can take and I got this from Louise Hay and her mirror workbook. So if this one sounds interesting to you, I would absolutely recommend getting her book. I think it's called 21 Days. And one of the days is putting up a photo of yourself as a child. When you're saying those things that you're saying to yourself, possibly the adult you is like, that's not true. You haven't worked hard enough. You haven't done XYZ in order to earn what it is you're trying to get because of however you were programmed in your youth. It can be easier when you look at your child self, that looking at that little kid deserved the fucking world. They deserved everything, and they deserved it wrapped in a bow of love. So I think that putting up a photo of yourself as a child can pull in some shadow work. It could also help you to embrace a childlike feeling while you're saying those affirmations. You could imagine that it's your childlike self saying them. Another way you could spend that 5 minutes in the morning is over the phone to your friend, imaginary style. Say it is the new car example that I've been using. So for the 5 minutes, you get in there, you're like, calling up your best friend. Guess what? I got the car. No way. Fuck yeah. I know, right? Of course I'm coming to get you. We are road tripping this weekend. So cancel anything else you've got going on. You're going to be with me in my new car, cruising. Just have fun. Like, go with it. Make it bigger. Make it bigger than it ever could be so that you really feel it. You having your new car and somebody is very excited for you. So it's nothing but positivity. A lot of people do avoid mirrors for whatever reason. If that is you, you can, with all of these, you can close your eyes and imagine you are looking in a mirror. You do not have to actually look in a mirror. Level 2, which is a little more mystical. We are going to be bridging the microcosm, that is you, with the macrocosm, that is the outer world. We're going to do it by igniting and amplifying our aura, which is your energetic body, your energetic signature within the universe. You are going to set a timer, or you can make a soundtrack that is 10 to 15 minutes long. For this one, I would suggest more meditative music, such as singing bowls, white noise, the ocean, rain, whatever is nice and calm and soothing to you. You're going to take some deep breaths. You're going to be taking in nice, clean, new energy and exhaling old, stale energy. We're going to settle in, staring into our eyes. This is a mix of mirror meditation and mirror gazing. So you are going to be gazing into your own eyes. Probably pick a pupil. You can switch back and forth through the eyes, or you can even focus on the third eye if that feels good to you. And you are going to soften your gaze, kind of how you would when you would view those 3D paintings from the 90s. Directly stare and try to keep your eyes open as much as possible. They might start to get teary-eyed. About 5 minutes into this process, you are going to settle into psychomantium, term for what takes place when your energy exchange starts to change. It can feel disjointed. It can feel off-putting. It can feel awkward. You might feel a disconnect to where your reflection no longer feels like your reflection. It can start to shift, start to morph. You could start to see your face blur out and a skeleton face appear. These are just some of the most common things that take place for people. If it does scare you too much, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not needed. All we're doing is getting into a state where your mind is going to have to readjust to how it perceives things. Your perceptions mold everything from your reality to how you view it. Again, you view things in 2D, and then your eyes are only seeing little spots, little areas it's recognizing, and then it fills in. Your brain is constantly filling in what it is you are looking at, what you are taking in. Again, it's based on perception, and it's pulling from the programs that you've been running. What the statements you make, the things you believe, all of that, your assumptions, even dictate how you actually see. Because how you actually see isn't what you think it is. I find it so fascinating. Nobody else seems to care when I try to bring this up, because it just, it's so hard for me to wrap my brain around the idea that what I see isn't what I'm seeing, and it's actually totally different. Nobody else thinks it's so cool, but maybe you would. Again, just reminds you that your perception and how you feel about things and believe about things is so important, down to every little minor detail of your life. This is when we're going to start our mirror gazing, our mirror meditation, and we are calling it aura whispering. We are going to be imagining an ember within your heart chakra here, but it doesn't have to be green. Just imagine you start to perceive a color, any color. It doesn't matter the color. I know that some people may disagree with me because some people are very against the color black. That's fine. Disagree with me. I don't care. Believe what you want. Whatever you believe is true. I believe it doesn't matter. I believe the color black is just fine. So in my reality, it is. What you believe to be true is true. So for you, that's true. For me, this is true. Moving on, you are going to imagine with each breath that it starts to get brighter and then it starts to get bigger. Your energetic field spreads about, I think it's 6 to 8 feet around you. And I apologize if you could hear my son. He is up there singing right now. He just got home from school. He is a very happy kid. I told him I'm so sorry I wasn't done, that he needed 20 minutes to finish, and we would then go do something. Anyways, back to what we're doing. Our ember, our aura, which we have grown, whatever color it is. If you hate the color it is, change it. Change it. Just change it. If it starts out as blue and you want it to be pink, make it pink. It's going to grow, and you're going to have yourself feel the power of this aura. The universe speaks in energy, so you're going to feel the energy. And depending on the color, if the color gold or yellow is what's showing up for you, that is related to divine magnetism, universal power, celestial favor. If pink is showing up for you, that is for love, romance, charm, irresistible warmth. For blue, that is depth, wisdom, mystery, cosmic intuition. Green is going to be vitality, rejuvenation, abundance, eternal growth. For red or orange, it's going to be power, passion, confidence, and reality-bending intensity. For purple, that's going to relate to being an enigma, being high vibration, spiritual connection, and limitless potential. All right, white is going to relate to purity, illumination, divine clarity, and universal harmony. Black is going to relate to mystery, depth, power, cosmic authority, infinite potential. So if any of those sounded better, you can actually just change it. I'll put these below. I've got example phrases that you can use to start to aura whisper. So you do the meditation, 10 to 15 minutes, and you imagine your aura grows all the way out. You're going to take this power from this meditation, from this gazing session, and you are going to take it into your everyday life. You can choose to wear certain colors if you're feeling that you would like to embody that energy for that day. Say I'm going to wear a lot of blue that day, and I'm going to get in touch with my depth, my wisdom, my mystery, my cosmic intuition. I'm going to choose an affirmation such as, I am a vessel of ancient wisdom, the universe speaks through me, which is pretty empowering. And before I go into any situation, or if I am in a situation, I can even take a moment, they won't even know, and within myself, feel that little ember, start to build it, and be saying this to myself, to bring this energy into my environment, into what I am doing. And whenever you see a mirror throughout the day, you can help remind yourself of this affirmation you've chosen, and it helps to show you that how you are perceiving things, how you are perceiving yourself, how you are perceiving the energy within you, within your energetic field, starts to shape your reality, the different ways that people interact with you. Which then leads us into level 3, which is a little bit more witchy woo-woo. This third process is a ritual. If that's too witchy for you, absolutely don't try it. It's not for you, it's not for you. Because this one will be a mix of what is considered mirror scrying, mirror divination. What you're going to do, find a mirror, cleanse using what I call the SSS. That's either going to be smoke, salt, or sun to clean it. You can use incense or some sort of smudging tool to smoke cleanse. You can use a saltwater wash if that's safe to put on your mirror, if possible, depending on what your mirror is attached to. Leave it out in the sun where it can burn off old energies and be reinvigorated, rejuvenated, filled with clarity through the sun. If you want to do all three, do all three. It's not necessary though. So then your mirror is ready. You are then going to pick a candle. You are going to pick, you can pick any color, but I'm suggesting these 3. Do it what feels right to you. Go with that. If you would like to focus on purity and spiritual clarity, I would choose a white candle. If you would like to be focused on the manifestation of abundance, I would choose a gold or a green candle. And if you're looking for deep transformation, deep alchemical process, I would choose a black candle. You are then going to get a bowl of water. You're going to have your candle here. You're going to have your bowl of water here. Your bowl of water is going to stabilize energy, mirroring your subconscious. So you are then going to light your candle to symbolize illuminating your path on your way to your journey to your manifestation. Just never leave a candle burning on its own. Safety, safety, safety. And you are then going to look in the mirror and say a version of, it doesn't have to be exact, with love and truth, I step into my highest self. The mirror reflects my divine essence. Then you are going to gaze into the mirror for 10 to 15 minutes if you want even more. But I think all you need is maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Around 5 minutes in, you are again going to feel the effects of psychomantium, where things start to shift, start to get fuzzy, start to change, start to disconnect. It's very common. If it does scare you too much, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not needed. You can literally just do affirmations for 5 minutes with a fun song on. This is just if if you're the type that likes to do rituals. Okay. So you will continue that. During the next 10 to 15 minutes, you will be envisioning yourself as your desired self or in your desired place. If you're doing appearance changes, you can actually soften your focus, your gaze even more, and kind of morph it into what you're wanting to change. So, say you want bigger eyes, you could just soften your gaze, soften your focus a little, and imagine they grow a little bigger, okay? If you're wanting, say, a new home, envision that this mirror and where you are now is in this new home, okay? You're going to be envisioning all the things, your new desired life, your desired self. When it feels complete, when you feel like you have touched on all the areas you're wanting to adjust right now, I would then say, I recognize the truth of who I am. I now exist in this version of reality. I then want you to take your hands. You're not going to touch the mirror. You're just going to get close to it and feel the energy. Okay, the mirror is your desired self, and you are merging them. You are merging these two worlds. You are bridging the spiritual and mental plane with the physical plane. Delve into the law of correspondence. As within, so without. As above, so below. You feel that energy. You will then take a piece of paper and you're going to write down what you release and what you step into, such as, I release all doubt and step into my highest self, step into my desired life, step into all my hopes and dreams, step into all my blessings. Whatever it is for you, you are then going to take that piece of paper and soak it in the bowl of water you have next to you. And you will then say, as this dissolves, I am no longer bound by illusion. I create what I reflect. It doesn't have to be exact. And you're going to blow out your candle. And then you're done. Put everything away and walk away from this ritual knowing that it's complete. It is done. It's done. This has been planted. It has taken root. That is how far you are by doing a ritual. All you have to do now is not speak against it. Reiterate to yourself, I've done a ritual. I've planted the seed. It's taken root. I'm now just protecting it. And that's all I have to do. That is all I have to do for it to come to be. When I do this one, I really like the water. I really like bringing the water in. That I'm really connected to that element. Some people sometimes are more connected to the fire element of the situation, but both amplify what the mirror is already amplifying. Anyways, let me move on. So I'm at the end, almost. When you start to work with mirrors, you start to realize how powerful they can be. Very powerful tools. And I thought it would be maybe important to dust over psychological connections and the feng shui of mirrors so that you can work with that energy in a more positive and a more aesthetically pleasing way to your mind within your home. If you are looking to perpetuate or to bring abundance into your home, I would suggest placing a large mirror, as big as you can get it, in your dining room. You are then going to place in front of this mirror, you're going to place a bowl of fresh flowers, a bowl of fresh fruit, something that says, thank you for always making sure we have more than enough. Thank you for always making sure we have enough food to eat. And this mirror will reflect your nightly meals together with your family, reflect your joy, reflect sharing life with one another. It's just a very beautiful way to bring everything together and to really feel connected to life, to its prosperity, thanking it while accepting more. Don't put a mirror in your room. Don't put a mirror in your room. It bounces energy. It amplifies energy depending on your belief system. Some believe it introduces bad spirits into the room. Some believe it introduces a third party into relationships. And some feel it introduces a malady being formed, whatever body part is being shown in the mirror. Of course, with all rules, rules are meant to be broken. If you just love having a mirror and it actually makes you feel safer, you feel like you're being watched over overnight. If it brings that about within you out, then go for it. Everybody is different. So take everything I say, think about it critically, and be like, I wonder if that would work for me and my energy flow, and help it out. Maybe try it, maybe don't, maybe think about it, maybe don't. I'm just trying to give information. I love information, if you couldn't tell. So say you have a beautiful view outside of a window in your home. You would want to reflect a mirror so that it can illuminate that entire scene within your home. It's going to amplify it, magnify it. I'm just giving some tips that have been used for a very long time to help with energy flow through people's homes. And they also very much connect to psychological attachments that we place on things and how things feel to us. Use a mirror to protect your entrance. You wouldn't place a mirror right within an entryway. It would bounce the energy back out the door, and you want the energy to flow in. But if you're wanting to protect your entrance, you can place mirrors outside the entrance of your door. Little mirrors here and there. And some view it as bouncing bad energy away or trapping bad energy within those mirrors. Some things that do help with your psychology and mirrors. Having mirrors as big as they can be, such as full body, help you to create a full picture of yourself. It creates a feeling of wholeness, of completeness, and that feeling then settles into your subconscious. Now, say you have I see a lot these days, like little tiny mirrors put all over the place. And if you love that and it makes you feel really good, go for it. I just want to put this out there that your mind, your subconscious can view that as disconnected, disjointed, broken self. You are not whole. There's little pieces of you all over. But maybe being able to think of that and being like, no, I love how these mirrors look up here. And I'm letting my subconscious know right now, I am whole. I am complete. I just think this is pretty. Maintain cleanliness. You want your mirrors to be clean as possible. And when you are cleaning them, you can even use that as time to say your affirmations to yourself. If, say, you have a dirty mirror, a hazy mirror, your subconscious is perceiving that yourself, it cannot see you properly, okay? And you might not realize how you are viewing yourself. So that is why I encourage clean mirrors. Again, if you just don't give a shit deep down, don't do it. Everybody's different. All right. And mirrors within your workspace. I'm going to have to learn how to make these videos shorter. All right. So mirrors within your workspace. It is suggested you don't have mirrors where you are working. And being that so many of us work from home these days, your work area can be chaotic. Things everywhere. Like right now, because I am recording, I have stuff everywhere. My living room currently is a mess that just looking at it, I'm like, oh, I got to get this cleaned. So if I was to take a mirror and reflect that, it would amplify that chaotic energy. It would be very distracting for me. It would make it very hard to concentrate on my work and get things done. So that is why they suggest not having a mirror in your workspace. Moving on. All right. So I did want to address mirrors, and if, say, my level 2 method and my level 3 method sounded interesting to you, but it kind of scares you working with mirrors in a little bit deeper of a way, you can lock a mirror by purchasing a protection oil, or you can create your own. You can, even if it's just olive oil, you can take it, pretend this is olive oil, and spend time with it, infuse it with protection. If you have ever studied, is it Masaru Emoto? Can't remember his exact name. Anyways, many of you do know him. His work is pseudoscience. However, a lot of pseudoscience is proven at a later date. However, I do believe that energy infuses things. I do infuse things. I do take time to infuse my front and back doors with protection. Energy is a very real thing, whether you believe in woo-woo things or not. What was my point? Locking a mirror, infusing protection into an oil. You can do it yourself or you can buy one, and you can take a mirror, and on the back of it, you can trace a sigil of protection in oil, which will be hidden to most. They wouldn't know what that is. And then dot some oil on the front of the mirror and say something such as, this mirror is locked, this mirror is protected. You could also draw a sigil on the back or on a piece of paper and put it on the back, and then dot oil on the front or on the back and on the front. And yet again, then say, this mirror is locked, this mirror is protected. So just know that is an option of something you can do. It is something you can even do when you purchase a mirror. You can cleanse it and lock it when you bring it into your home if you feel superstitious about mirrors. I did want to address superstitions and mirror myths. I swear I'm almost done. So everybody of course knows about breaking a mirror and that bringing 7 years of bad luck. That comes from the ancient Rome, right? Yes, ancient Rome tradition, where they believed that life cycled through. You were born anew every 7 years. Breaking a mirror would be an affront to the gods, which would mean that for that life cycle, it would be nothing but cursed. This became something that they really wanted to instill to the staff. Mirrors were very expensive, and only rich people had them. So they believed that this superstition was started so that the caretakers would take great care with mirrors. Many cultures do believe that mirrors reflect and absorb energy, that they trap spirits and impressions of the things that the mirror witnesses. Because of this, some traditions advise covering mirrors after a death to keep from spirits being trapped in there, or during, like, say, a thunderstorm. It is believed that if a mirror captures that chaotic, tumultuous turmoil, that it will reflect it back into the home. There is an old superstition that if you live in a haunted house and you're trying to get rid of that spirit, if you, at the stroke of midnight, if you stood there staring at it at that time, the spirit would appear in the mirror. You were then to break the mirror, and breaking that mirror right at that time would trap that spirit in that mirror forever. For protection, some wear mirrored amulets. They will wear one on the front of their body and one down the back of their body to deflect negative energy or to absorb it. They say not to purchase secondhand mirrors because mirrors witness everything they've seen. So if, say, a mirror was part of a very toxic family, it could have witnessed horrific things. And it's believed that that energy is within a mirror. That is why a lot of people will not have a secondhand mirror. And a reason why a lot also then take care as to how they behave when a mirror is watching. In ancient Japan, they thought mirrors symbolized truth because it could only reveal what was. You cannot lie with a mirror. So they revered them. There was no deception within those mirrors. And a lot of people believe that if you break a mirror, you can break a cycle. So say you've had a difficult time in life, they suggest breaking it. Break that mirror and get rid of it. And that clears out that toxic, chaotic, negative energy. I did want to address quickly witchcraft. I do have 2 methods there that can make some very angry and be attacked for witchcraft, blah, 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 demon worshiper. I mean, again, whatever you believe to be true is true. However, if this is what you think, I would just urge you to please expand your knowledge base. The Bible was rewritten by King James. He spent about 6 years having people rewrite the Bible for him so that it was skewed, slanted to his beliefs. And he had a deep-seated vendetta towards witches. He did things such as change the wording. He did do many witch trials where he would torture people until they admitted to being a witch, and then he would murder them. Witchcraft is secular. It is practiced in all religions. It is practiced in non-religious people. It is a craft, and that's why it's called witchcraft. Wicca and witchcraft are different things. You can be Wiccan, which is a religion under the pagan umbrella, but a Wiccan does not have to practice witchcraft, just as somebody who practices witchcraft does not have to be Wiccan. Okay? And the pagan umbrella, pagan does not mean devil worship. Pagan is what existed before all the Abrahamic religions came to be. And they were very cultural, and they related to the land, working the land, harvesting the land. So they were very connected to seasons and celebrations and being thankful, being grateful. If you think witchcraft is evil, so please, oh please, I just would like you to actually look at information critically and decide for yourself what is true, not to just absorb information from one source, from one person. Moving on, I'm gonna have to learn how to not be so... How do people do 10-minute videos? Okay, so I swear, this is the end of what I have written. So I can't go any further, right? So a round of applause for yourselves if you made it here. Your reality is a reflection of what is within you. And once you start to accept that, realize it, and realize that you can't force things in the physical reality, that you have to actually change yourself to actually change things, things start to fall into place. Just remember the little example that if you look in a mirror and you want to see a smile, you have to smile. The mirror will not smile until you smile. The universe, life, God, your higher self can only give you what you are. It cannot give you what you want, or what you just desire, or what you wish you had, or what you wish you could be, or what would be really cool, or what you really do need to survive. It can only give you what you actually are. And that's the tricky part. You are more powerful than you can comprehend. In working with the mirror, you are working with the Hermetic principle of correspondence. And if you'd like to learn more about that. You can find that in the Kybalion, and I would suggest absolutely reading, perusing, studying that. I hope I gave some good information, maybe some new things to try, maybe some new ways to look at things. Hopefully there was something beneficial here for you. I love to devour information. I want to find out how everything ticks, how everything works. I hope you have a really great day and happy manifesting, and I hope you start to get everything you want, everything you desire, and everything you need. So I'm gonna go because my doggy's crying, my son's upstairs singing, and we need to get going. So thank you. Have a great day.